Hi guys, it's Steve and Josh from Southend PT Academy again. We've got a few more questions that we're going to discuss together, obviously for you guys. So questions that we've had come in from other PTs who might be struggling or just things that they need to know in general. So one of the questions we've had through is, how do I approach someone in a gym with bad technique?
Ooh, it's a big one. So I'm going to flip this a little bit on its head again. I think that members of the gym with poor technique are kind of a goldmine for PTs, because if, like, generally speaking, and we're going very general here, if someone is doing the exercise wrong or suboptimally, then they're probably not going to be feeling it in the target muscle. So let's say, example, you've got a typical bro, they're doing their lat pull down like this. They're probably not feeling it in their lats, and they probably know deep down they should be. Yeah, that's kind of a given. And I think if you went up to them and you kind of explained, without being a dick, that they should, you know, lock their shoulders down, pull through the elbows, and, you know, really try and squeeze the lats at the bottom, I think you could then say to that client, look, how about I book you in for a free taster session and we go through some of the exercises you're having problems with. And I think if you go about it the right way, and you don't just approach like the roid head bros, then you should be okay. And that to me would be the first people that I would approach on the gym floor.
Yeah, 100% agree. Like you said, obviously, you know, it's a gold mine, and it obviously is going to be different, the types of people that you see. Some you'll be able to go over to, and they're more than happy to listen to you and correct themselves. You are going to get others as well that you give them the correct technique, they do it, you see them in there the next day, they're doing it wrong again. So again, I'd still say, you know, those people are a potential gold mine. Still keep just going over, you know, get yourself known by these people, because when they do start to realise that you're coming over every single day, you know, they may then say, right, I'm going to sign up for a session. But like obviously just say, you know, talk to them all. It's your job as a personal trainer to get out to these people and correct their poor technique. And, you know, it's just a benefit along the way that, you know, potentially you could make money, get them in for sessions, you know, and actually help these people. So obviously our benefits for it. But
just to add another point, when I'm on the gym floor at the particular gym we are at right now, or when I go to any gym, you know, across the country, I find that a lot of the PTs aren't there. If you're paying rent, you know, you're there for your session, and you go to Nando's, you do whatever, hang out with other bros, you know, have bro time, whatever. So I think it's quite refreshing from a client's point of view if there is a personal trainer there that is genuinely interested in how they are training. If you go over there with a minimal kind of agenda, and you go up and you go, oh, hi Debbie, you know, I've seen you doing these exercises, I've seen you doing this, I don't know, lunge insanity style, whatever you want to do. Can I just maybe show you something that could, you know, you might feel it a bit more in your quads? She goes, yes, of course. And then you show her the exercise, and she goes, oh, I really feel it. It's okay, if you need any more help, let me know, you know, I'm around, whatever. If you kind of give them that non-sales pitch, then I think you could get, you know, quite a few people that would potentially respond quite well to that, because they're so used to someone coming around with a clipboard and going, hello, would you like a free taster session? And they go, no, you know, and they get hassled all the time by PTs walking the floor. That I think customer service is always the win. 100%. I'm going to bang my hand on the table when I say it. Customer service is always the win.
nice.
I can't overemphasise that.
Just a quick little thought. Have you thought about maybe doing technique workshops? Quick 10 minutes on the gym floor,
Nice.
Group sessions. One day I'm going to teach everyone how to squat today. You know, you're out in front of an audience. These people, they're all potential new clients. So, you know, 10 minutes, quick workshop, just a little thought for you.
Oosh.
Okay, next question, good one actually. How do I know I'm ready to start online PT?
Oh, swish. So, online personal training, probably in the last 2 years, has become quite a big industry. You know, you've got the gurus out there teaching you, saying you can earn 50 grand a day doing online personal training. You know, you can have 7 Lamborghinis and a holiday home in Skegness. And it's, in my opinion, I think online PT is amazing. I think the Americans are way ahead of us when it comes to online PT. because they're what we would call early adopters. You know, the online stuff for them is pretty normal. And then big companies like Les Mills have started to do like Les Mills at home, or whatever it's called, Les Mills on demand. I don't know. So I think online PT is definitely something that you could implement into your business in a quite a low cost way, but that's another whole video just there, right? So I think the biggest thing, in my opinion, is PTs chase money a lot of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. So I think that you need to make sure that you are already delivering an over. I don't know how to explain
high standard.
Yeah,
PT.
make sure you're really over delivering with your existing clients before you then branch out and try and start to do online PT. The second thing I'd recommend is make sure that you have tried your programs and your diets with someone that is not with you for 2-3 sessions a week, because the results will then be skewed. You know, if you give your program and diet to someone that's with you 3 times a week, they've got that additional accountability and motivation. So what I would do is get 5, 10, 15, 20 people that you can roll out your program out, you know, for half price or free. I don't like using free, that really winds me up. So let's say half price, and then go from there, just to see if it works with them. And then you've got X amount of testimonials, but not only that, but you've also seen that your program works when you're not there. And then, yeah, that
only other thing I'd say is, obviously, it does depend on the individual again, and you'll hear us say this a lot, it is down to the individual person, but if you're a PT, for example, let's say you're a parent and you know you're looking to spend more time with your family, you want a bit more quality of life, you don't want to be in the gym till 9, 10, 11 at night, whatever it is that it may be. That then also is, online PT is another aspect you can then look at that can allow that for you, I suppose, is what we're trying to say. Is it gives you that bit more freedom of time. It does allow you to reach out again, to a much wider audience, but if that quality of time and a little bit more time for yourself is what you're looking for, then online PT might be a route for you. Once a week you can sit down, sit there, write up all your new program cards for all your clients, spend 1, maybe 2 days just working on it all, publish it all up there. That might allow you to have 4 or 5 days of not having to work if you've got your website automated enough.
Another good point is making sure that you have the systems and the software in place before you decide to launch it out to the world. So there are some great things out there like PT Distinction, there's Unity, there's loads. There's loads and loads, and we can put some links maybe in the description of this video. But making sure you've got your systems in place first to minimise workload will prevent you from getting overloaded once you do launch it. If you've got 10 clients or whatever that want to go straight on, you might find, oh bloody hell, I've got to write 10 programs or whatever. The other thing I was going to say is, if you would like an example of a 12-week PDF that we've used in real life with our clients, I've got a kettlebell transformation that I use with people, because kettlebells, they're like my thing, and so, if you want that, you can have it for free. I'm not really bothered about you paying for it. And then I think you've got one. What was the one you did?
Body weight transformation in 12 weeks.
So yeah, we've got some transformations that we've already used that are branded up and everything. So if you want to have a look at them, or even if you want a Skype call to go through how we set it up, why we chose the exercises, why we chose the layout, whatever, just let us know. What's the next question?
Okay, very good one here, and it's probably something I'd say the majority of you out there have experienced. In fact, I'd probably almost go as far as saying every PT has experienced this at some point, and it's members cancelling their sessions. And the question we've got is, how do I stop that? So it's a tough one. I mean, clients are always going to cancel sessions, and first thing I'd look at, and that's not aiming at anything at any of you guys at all, but it can be down to yourself as a PT.
Ooh.
Are you punctual? Are you turning up to sessions on time? Are you prepared? Is it obvious that they may be turning up and you're just winging a session, for example? Firstly, look at what it is that you do. I'm not saying that's all you guys out there. I mean, majority of the PTs out there, really good, high standard. But I'm just saying, always look at yourself first. Secondly, you've heard it from a lot of times, and people sometimes don't know how to implement it. but I would say some kind of, would you say contract?
Yeah, client contract.
Yeah, almost a client contract stating that, you know, if you don't turn up for this session, you still got to pay for it. How you work that is completely down to you. You might say, look, if you don't turn up for a session, you're going to be charged half of that session. Or you might say it's a free strike rule, so your first free you can miss, after that you start paying for your session. So it does kind of depend how you want to work it. Personally, I would probably either go with a free strike rule and then from then charge them for the session. But
yeah, I think that's right. I'm guilty of it. I have been guilty of it, shall I say, where you are doing anything you can to sign up this client. When they come into the gym, they have the consultation, and you are on sales mode. So you're trying to be as friendly and happy as possible. However, if you do that, then the problem then is, how do you become stern with them later on and say, no, I'm going to charge you for this? So what I think is really important during the consultation, among, with the PAR-Q, liability waiver, informed consent, lifestyle questionnaire, whatever you choose in your consultation, I think there should also be a client contract, and you hand it to them and you say, look, I run a business, don't say it like this because it's a bit harsh, it's just how I am, but just say to them, look, I'm not your friend, I run a business, if you cancel your session without giving me 24 hours notice, you will get charged. The other option, so that's one thing, is passing in that client contract and saying, look, this is how I work with all my clients, I'm busy, if you waste my time, you will get charged. The same as if you called out an engineer to your house to fix your boiler and you weren't there, you're still going to get charged, The second thing is how you structure this. So, how you structure your payments and your sessions and your packages and everything, Every single one of my clients pays monthly, that's it, there's no other option. I don't like transformation packages because I don't like having 12 weeks worth of money and then by day 3 I've spent it all on gains and creatine and chicken and chalk, or donuts or coffee. So I think that you need to structure it in a way that they're not paying session by session, because if they've paid for 12 weeks up front, which I'm not saying is a bad thing, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But if they've paid for those 12 weeks, they're going to be less likely to miss those sessions because they're already invested financially. And then, so I think as PTs in general, we need to kind of move away from this pay for per hour, You don't pay a doctor per hour, you pay for the end result of whatever the procedure is, So I think as an industry, we need to get away from this undervaluing ourselves and saying, oh yeah, I'll let him pay for an hour because at least he's paying me. No, fuck, whatever, just don't do that. Yeah. I'll start to get a little bit angry.
So yeah, basically I think just be prepared. Know that these questions are going to come and get those contracts in straight away from the moment you sign them up as a client. And what was your other point?
Structuring of pricing.
That's it. Yeah.
And payments.
Yeah, make sure you structure it. Don't allow one client to pay per session if you're going to tell another client I'm only taking monthly payments. Work it out from the beginning, work out what you want to do and get it all in place right from the start. One
thing I would recommend is if you go to gocardless.com,
yes.
This is a system that is effectively free, so there's no monthly payments, and it will allow you to set up direct debits that come out on a day of your choosing with unlimited amounts of members. So if you have, let's say for example, you've got John who's paying £60 a month, you've got Harry paying £100 a month, and you've got Bob and Tarquin paying £200 a month. What a good name. Then you can set up individual plans for each of them, invite them by email, and then they fill in the details of their card, the CVS number, whatever it's called, and then the expiry date, and that's their direct debit set up then. And if you get an email saying, oh, direct debit hasn't been paid, then you phone up Tarquin, you say, look, Tarks, we've got some beef, and then you get the payment, and then you crack on. So Go Cardless is a really, really good way, and we use it as well for our courses. If people want to pay monthly, then that's what we use, and it systemises everything, it makes it a little bit easier, and then every month, you get that money in your bank account, and then, your bills are paid at the end of the day. So I think that's it for today.
That's a bit of a guarantee.
Yeah, that's a bit of a guarantee. So thanks for watching again. There'll be more videos coming up, stay tuned, and subscribe to the channel. If you're seeing this on Facebook or YouTube, then feel free to leave some comments, and if you want to send us any questions, you can do so via Facebook or the YouTube channel. And you can also reach us on, my email is josh@pttoolbox.co.uk, and you can send any questions there. Thank you very much.
Peace.